to do a quick live, hop in. I got some exciting stuff to tell you about, and also share with you some tips, because I always get asked like how to do foiling and make it flawless. So that's what we're going to be doing tonight. I'm loading it up on my laptop so I can see the comments while we are live. There we go. And if you're watching this, we do record these live. They're not pre-recorded or edited. So it's very interactive. Everyone can ask questions. You're welcome to drop questions. I check them regularly, the comments. And we usually wait about 2 to 3 minutes for everyone to hop in and jump into the live as well. So I have it over there and there. Hey, Denise. Hey, Lisa. Nice to see you again, ladies. Tonight, we're going to be doing some cute foiling. And you sent me some emails. I didn't see them, Denise. Where did you send them to? Ah, I just saw it. It's okay. Don't worry, Denise. Don't worry about the cutoff. We'll fix it after the live. Actually, for anyone who's watching, if you're watching this still, Sunday, August 10th, we have free shipping turned on in the store right now. We had a class today. So if there's something you've been looking at getting, now's a really great time to check out, because I haven't turned the free shipping back on. I ended up taking Tilly for a Frosty. And then we came back home. We did some chores. It's first day of school tomorrow. And then I cooked dinner. And now I'm live again. Oh, and I also had an amazing Zoom with Melanie, who's right here at Scrappy Shack. I was just about to start talking about it as everyone comes on. Hey, Michelle. Hey, Vicky. Hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. Let us know where you're tuning in from. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up button, hit subscribe, all those kinds of things as well. Hey, Jennifer. So we have a super, super busy month coming up here at Hedgehog Hollow. As lots of you know, I published my schedule yesterday. And we have next weekend, I'm thinking about doing an in-person coffee meet. So if you are interested in doing that in Sarasota, all the information's on Facebook, on the Make a Forte page, the Hedgehog Hollow page, and in the Crafter Party group. So if you are interested in coming, go and RSVP over there. Based on that, we'll decide whether we're going to hold that next weekend. But I would love to have coffee. I'll be bringing some local donuts and things, and we can just hang out, chat, and get together. And you never know, there might be some surprises if you're there. So we're doing that. Then today we did our Fantastic Florals class. A replay will be coming out very shortly. I've just uploaded it. It's uploading on my laptop while I'm doing this with you guys here. Then the 22nd, so 2 weeks ago on Friday, then we're doing Stretch Your Stencils as a class. On the 26th, we have Lift Your Spirits. And on the 31st, we are doing fur coloring techniques. And I think there's five kits left if you're doing fur coloring techniques with us. It's going to be a really fun class as well. So that being said, in September, we also have a busy schedule lined up. But I just chatted with Melanie, and I'm going to be coming to her retreat at the end of September, which is going to be on, I'm looking at the calendar because I'll get it wrong otherwise. It's going to be the weekend of the 27th and 28th. So 27th and 28th, I will be coming to Helen in Georgia, and I will be doing the retreat. If you want to come, it's amazing. It's 2 days packed full of classes, and Helen is a beautiful place. I actually did my last in-person event was with Melanie in Helen, and I loved it, and I'm going to be doing it again with her, so I'm super excited. I'll be teaching on Saturday afternoon and Sunday morning, and I'll be teaching all kinds of different techniques. So if you want to come along, I put the link to sign up in the description, and Melanie, you're welcome to post it as well. But the link to sign up is in the description below, and I'll keep talking about it. I'll send out emails and stuff. But there is, I think, 10 openings she's got, so go sign up for those. But today, I wanted to share with you ways to use this adorable paper pack that we launched on Friday. And again, link to the collection is in the description for you. And I'm going to show you one way, well, actually 2 ways to use it. One is going to be with foil, and one is going to be with coloring mediums. So I'm going to foil these cute little spiders because they look adorable. Let's turn this around here. Okay, so we're going to start off with this sheet right here. And I know the sound now goes fuzzy. Actually, I was going to try something. Let me know if this works. All right, I'm going to try this. I can't see till this catches up. So, oh, it doesn't work. I was really hoping this would work if I did it the other way. Goodness, I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. Like this is wrong. So like this maybe. Yeah. Let me see. That work? Is the sound okay? Does it work? I think so. Let's see. Let's see if this hangs out right. I think it will. Anyway, we'll see how this goes. And yeah, I think it'll stop no buzzing. So I did buy a microphone that Jen suggested to me, but it came with the wrong adapter for my phone. So now I have to wait for the right adapter to arrive. So we're a little bit behind. But anyway, we're going to use this cute little guy here. I'm going to grab some foil. Let's see. I'm going to use Rose the Day Away. So, here's Rose the Day Away. And this one is actually in the store. This was one of our exclusive foils with deco foil that we had. I have a few of these and a few others. And if you are looking for any foils, there's some in the store. And they are at an amazing price right now. They're less than, I went on scrapbook.com and just basically priced them less than that. So I'm going to use a little bit of Static Magic. So this is our Static Magic that we foiling one. Grab my little wooden spoon. So these wooden spoons, you get one of these with your Static Magic. And then this is actually going to go with something else later, but I released it. We used it today in class with our gold leaf sheets because it does some really cool stuff. So if you missed the class today, you can still sign up and get the replay. And we made some really cool stuff. I'll show you really quickly what we made. I had it when I spoke to Melanie just now. Oh, here it is. So we did coloring with pencils. We did monochromatic sepia coloring. We did different monochromatic with markers. We did reverse coloring. We did a reverse masking and spotlighting technique. We worked with a new bleach medium to create some really cool effects. We played around with flakes. And by the way, ladies, this dried in an hour. I timed it. So when the one that we did in class was dry within an hour. That was from the other night's live. And then we also learnt this technique where you can create chalkboard or a delicate, or you can really make your ink strong on dark cardstock. And this is using dye inks. These are using our regular inks mixed with some special stuff. So if you want the replay of that, you can still get the Fantastic Florals Part 2 in the store, and I'll send you out the replays. So all I took was a tiny little bit of the Static Magic, and what this does is it removes any static, and it's also going to take with it any excess toner dust. Okay, so we're not going to get anything on here that we don't want. All right, so once we've done that, we're going to take our foil, pop it on top. Now we're going to use a transfer sheet. So this foil I'm using, Jen, is called Rose the Day Away. And then I just put it in like this. And it doesn't matter that this little bit's exposed, because what we're actually going to put in first is this end here. And I'm going to use my Amazon laminator. That's all I ever use. Nothing special. So I've had it on 5 mil. I let it preheat before the live. and put it in the middle of your laminator. So the heat at either end is always going to be the lowest, and there's no reason here that this has to go in either side, but the heat in the middle is going to be the most even and some of the hottest in here. So always try to put it in the middle. And for those who are in class and everyone else, right now at the Hedgehog Hollow store, there is free shipping turned on. And I haven't had a chance to turn it back on yet because I've been mumming and business ownering and adult working and all that kind of stuff. Not OnlyFans, I mean like grown-up work, like, you know, the daily 9 to 5 that we all do. So. Okay, so you can put it through. Sometimes you want to take a little sneaky peek. I'm actually going to put mine through a second time. Now, the reason sometimes it can be the heat of your laminator. Like this laminator is old. I used to put my hand on this and it was so hot, and it's really not anymore. So sometimes you might need to do it twice, but it's not an issue. Like I don't worry about doing it twice. Sometimes I'll just do it twice just to be safe, because you can't really overheat it. So the way that foiling works, if you've ever wondered and just kind of want to know a little bit more about it, is toner is like an embossing powder, essentially. So, and there are certain embossing powders you can foil. And what it does is your laminator melts that toner, embossing powder, or however you want to think about it. And by melting it, it attaches itself as it cools to the foil. So that's the reason you want a nice amount of heat. And that's why I always say use the 5 mil over the 3 mil, because it makes a difference, okay? And that toner sheet is just there to give you a little bit of extra. Look at our cute little spiders. I don't know if you can really see them on screen, but you can see how they've removed themselves from here. Now this, I'm going to say, hasn't foiled quite as much as I would like. So how do you fix that? If that happens to you, as it happens to all of us, because foiling is not 100% foolproof. This is pretty good. Like I would use this, absolutely. But if you want to fix it, and it's ironic that the title of the video was perfect foiling every time, because of course it's going to be on camera and not work, is you can take a glue that remains tacky. So this is actually one of my new glues that's coming. And you can pop this on here. Now this will take, I timed it earlier, this is what I was talking to the girls about. So this will goes on white and it dries clear. So as soon as it's clear, you know it's ready to use. And actually, for some reason, their legs foiled perfectly, but some of their bodies didn't. And I think actually it's going to give it a really cool texture. You know what? Things go wrong. And I don't edit my videos. These are done live, so things can go wrong. And this is how we fix them. So often things will go wrong in my lives, and I'll just show you ways to fix them. But I actually think these will come out really cute. Hey, Laura. So I'm going to move this one to the side for a second. And I'm going to grab out the tag. This we made in class earlier. So this already has the same glue on it. And all you have to do is burnish. You can use your finger or a bone folder, whatever you want. And then that's how my, some of it already did it itself. Some here, some here. And you see how well that sticks and how easy it is. So if it doesn't work for you, then that's what you can do. So I'm going to let this dry. You can speed it up a little bit with your heat gun, but I don't think it's going to be quick enough for us for the live. We'll put it to the side. We'll see how it's doing a little bit. We kind of gave it a little bit of a head start. So that's what you can do if you, that's my trick for flawless foiling. If parts of it don't foil, is take a glue that stays tacky when it's dry. We will have one soon if you don't already have one. This one's nice because you can also get dimension. You see how here I've got lots of dimension. We were playing around with flake techniques, but you can do this and it stays raised. But another way I wanted to share with you that you can use these paper packs, and this one is like super easy to do, is I just have here C1, C5, C8. And all I'm going to do is go around the edge of my ghosts. And even once I've done this coloring, before or after, you can foil. Foil will resist your dye ink. So if you go with your foil and then you ink blend over the top of the foil will resist the blending, which I'll show you in a second. So I just want to share a couple of ideas, and you can foil before or after. Literally all I'm doing is taking my pen, flicking from the bottom. And if you want to learn Copic techniques or alcohol marker techniques, I always say Copics, but there's so many other alcohol markers out there now. We're doing a fur class, so I'm going to teach you some coloring basics, some pen controls, some different brush strokes you can do to create furry effects. There'll be practice sheets, stamps, everything. So we're going to go for about 4 hours and do lots of fun coloring. And you see I'm not coloring them all over, I'm just adding a little bit of texture. And if you want to, once you've colored, you can still foil the outlines. Yes, these are alcohol markers. So you can use Copics, you can use the Altenews, you can use Olos even. You can use, trying to think what else there is out there. All sorts of different ones. You can even use ones from Amazon to practice with. I'm stuck to the foil. And you put that on top of my wet glue. You see already how suddenly just a few little flicks bring these to life. You know, I have a full set of Olos and I've never used them because they came and then, well, we don't know what the next part was. Just a little bit of the top, the hands. Then I'm going to take a little bit of C4. So anywhere where those dotted lines were. And just and this paper pack is fun because this side is all cutesy and then the reverse side of it is very gothic. It's all gothic. Whoops. These spiders are destined to not work. It's like all textures and harlequins and dusky florals and all kinds of stuff. So we're going to explore it just a little bit in today's live, but I wanted to focus on the foiling, and I also wanted to focus on what happens if it goes wrong, because it goes wrong for all of us, I'm sure. Oh boy. So I did the what do they do, like a Kickstarter or something in the beginning? See, aren't they cute with just that little bit of extra texture in them? Suddenly they're like popping off the page. And maybe we'll even do, I can't get to all my Copics right now, but I have my Zig markers. And don't be afraid to just mix and match. So I'm going to make my girls have little red bows for Halloween on their head. So don't be afraid to mix mediums. And even with these on here, you can still foil if you wanted to. You could also just put glues on each of the dots. And then I grabbed an orange, so my little bow ties are going to become orange. So all of a sudden we have a really cute little paper thing, and I'm going to grab out some bubble gum and a little flat brush. It's too big. Let me see what else we've got here. Here we go. This is our little white stubby. And all I'm doing is very lightly, you see it's not bright. So now they've got those cute little faces. So you can do that. And then what I would do for my foiling part, and I'll keep these by my desktop so you guys can see them in the next live, because we've got all that full coloring to do that I promised you. But tonight I just wanted to do a quick one, and I was so excited about the retreat. I really hope some of you will come spend the weekend with me in Helen, your Scrappy Shack. And then once they're dry, I'll put my foil on top, and then I'll have this super cute little foiled paper piece that I can use for everything. So flawless foiling. And if it goes wrong, it's fine. You just add the glue on top, and we do it manually as well. So there's always ways to fix everything. And this will come with a really fine nozzle, so you can get it super thin, or you can build it up with some texture and thickness as well. And the other thing I wanted to share with you, so say for instance you have like this one here, maybe you want to add some orange into this. So I'm going to take some red luster. Where's my red luster? I think it's this one. Mine aren't labeled yet. And you can just take your little blending brushes And you can add color this way. And so something that looks like a black and white paper pack, you can really still go in and have fun with. Maybe I want some blue on the ghost. Oops. My blending brush is fine. This is Neon Lights. So super easy to add your own custom colors in as well. Hey Debbie, excuse me. Let's see, what else? Maybe I even want to just, you can color on top with alcohol or water-based markers, both will work. So if you want to make your pumpkins orange, or you want to add like lots of colors to them, you can do that as well. And then if you wanted to, you could highlight the stars, and then you can add foil to those as well. So you can do that with these. And then as I mentioned, on the other side, you've got some really cool Gothic. I was looking for one of the floral ones. I love this one. This is my favorite. I want a whole pack, just that. I found out Melanie is a Halloween addict, so she's probably going to be with me on these. So for instance, I'm going to take some bubble tea. Bubble tea. And you can start adding colors into this. Now you could alter it. You could put speckles over the top. But you see, even when it's like a really dark paper, really pop even on top of that. And if you're in class today, we did a technique with white. You could put some of that white technique we showed you in here, like, we made like this, and you could make those inks pop up on here using exactly the same technique as well. So you can make this pop. This is regular dye ink. This is not oxide or anything. This is regular dye ink, and I showed you how you can achieve this. So if you did the class this morning, you can take that technique and you could apply it on here too. Let's use that one. We could take some Cotswold green. Put this one in with this. Don't lose what it goes with. So now you could add some greens. And you see how much the inks still pop, even on these dark papers. So even though this paper is super dark, and this I would heat dry, just because there's a lot of toner and things underneath it. Let me get my pick back out. But you can imagine like spotlighting that on a card, and I think it would look really, really pretty. I love the vintage Gothic. A lot of my decorations and stuff, you can't see them from there, but they're vintage Gothic in here. Or even on this one, you know, if you wanted to go in, we've still got some pink on here. Where's my bubble tea? Bubble gum, bubble tea. And you could do different colors, you could do the same color. I know, isn't it pretty, that rose panel like that? I don't know where I put that pretty ghost one I coloured that I wanted to keep nice. And I added the glue too. Oh, I see where I put it. Okay, good. It's amazing how my pinks are all the ones that need re-inking. Oh yeah, I do resin too. I actually made myself a bone folder the other day out of resin. It's really pretty. So he was like, you should sell those, Mum. I was like, yeah, they take a while. So there's some bubble tea. And then I'm going to do the same just because I have these colors on my brushes right now. So I'm going to go in between with some green. Kind of darker than I want to, but it's okay, it's on the edge. Then I'm going to goth it up a little bit with some fog. So the fog just kind of mutes down a lot of colors too. So it just doesn't allow it to be kind of too in your face. Now I'm going to take my mini Remarkable and I have my black, yeah, that's my fog one. And I'm just going to pick some areas and as I get down to less and less ink, I'm just kind of blending it into different places. Maybe add a little shadow on some of the skulls here. And kind of look a little bit older. It's feeling very McQueenie. And then I want, I don't know why I'm just dying to put some purple on this. And you could go in with micro brushes and do tiny little bits. You can see I'm just kind of like dabbing down. And you could do some glitter, some foil. I actually thought about foiling the eyes with black foil. That's kind of my plan. glues. Just a piece of scrap. And I'm going to use one of our glitter spoons. So these are a anti-static spoon for working with glitters. So you don't get glitter everywhere and stuck to everything. And you don't add more static than we already need. You see, just a nice little tap, they come up nice and clean. So what I'm using is our new foil medium that's coming. So you'll be able to do all kinds of techniques. You'll be able to use it like a paste, you can use it like a glue, you can use it in all kinds of different ways. I tried all kinds of different glues and I couldn't find anything, so I had to come up with my own. Nothing dried quite right. Now normally what I would tell you is to make sure this is dry, and then you're going to go in and you're going to polish up all your areas. But you can kind of see this is coming together really nice and gothic. And now I'm going to do the glue on it, and then I'm going to leave these overnight, and then in tomorrow's live we will add the foil. On top of them, so you can see different ways to foil. Yeah, about the same time as today. So tomorrow we don't actually have skating. I cancelled it because it's the first day of school and I figured she's going to be really tired. So usually about 7 o'clock is when I try to go live. Somewhere around 6 to 7 Eastern. Weekends a little bit different. That's it. So we'll leave these panels to dry. So when that white goes clear, and I'm going to show you the spiders because they're almost there. So you see how this one's kind of not dry, but here you can see it's starting to go clear. So that's the nice thing, is it goes on white. Once it's clear, you know you can apply your foils to it. Here's our ghosties. They're also starting to go clear. So once I can see that black dot underneath, I know we can add our foil. So tomorrow we will go from, this is the problem I think a lot of people have, is like they'll get a little bit of foil. So I wanted to show you ways, if you're struggling with foil, ways you can do it. I'm also going to order a new laminator because I know that's partially my issue, and that may also be yours. If your laminator is older, if you feel like it's not getting as hot as it used to, like I can touch mine, I never used to be able to touch it with my hand, your laminator is also a problem. It has to get hot and consistently even heat. And of course you can also do this version of the same thing too, just ink blend and leave it. And then I have some fun ideas with this too. So we have that, and we of course have the tissue papers that go with these, so we can build these up into some more ideas and things tomorrow. But I have to let this dry, and unfortunately there's no way to expedite it really with heat, because you can just kind of make it crack and it bubbles, and then you don't get those same kind of results as well. So I'm gonna do this. I'm here-ish. So yeah, so tomorrow we're going to dive in. We'll come back to these, and then we're also going to add in our new printed papers for collage, printed tissue papers for mixed media collage. Actually, I don't think Melanie even got to see these. I know she's still here. But we're going to add these in. I'm going to create some fun things with these tomorrow. Maybe we'll make some tags or something like that. So we'll finish these up tomorrow, and then we'll move into coloring our full frames part 2. And that's all I've got for you today. So if you have a laminator like me that's kind of broken, and you don't get those good results like I showed you, because sometimes things go wrong, even when we're live and we've prepped everything and we do everything right, this is how you can make your foiling flawless. Okay, so we can do that. So I hope you guys enjoyed these tips. I do hope you will join me tomorrow for part 2. And we will show you more ways to have flawless foiling, or fix your foiling, however you want to think of it. And I will see you then. Happy crafting. Have a wonderful rest of the evening. If your kids are starting school tomorrow, I hope they do great. Tilly's starting tomorrow. So I will see you all tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Happy Sunday. Oh, and go sign up for the retreat in Georgia. I would love to meet you. Or if you're coming to the one in Sarasota, go sign up for that on Facebook too. See you later. Bye.